about that now? Bowler from early now. Yeah, Bailey. Huh? Yeah. Did you see the USA play yesterday? No, not yesterday, Tuesday they played that. Yo, what is happening here? Yeah. Making love this What's his number? He had no number. I think it was Madhu Shoes his last time. He didn't have. There's still that spin ball in it. Mm. Yeah, take even longer. Yeah, the second ball now.
Raheem, how you doing? Leah. Hi, James. Hi. Right. Volume up. Okay, cool. So you join us with on commentary. You've been watching the visuals courtesy of Pitch Vision, and joining us on commentary now. It's really is good to be broadcasting this match. Rain delay, 20 overs per team, and at the moment it is Wales that have been put into bat by India, and they are 20 for the loss of 7 wickets. Yes, you've heard it right, 20 for the loss of 7 wickets at the crease. We have Ballinger, and joining him is number 23. Is Kerry Chahal, the spin bowler for Wales, and Chahal and Ballinger have a job to do here. Still just over 10 overs left. It's been reduced to 20 overs per team this match, only having started about half an hour ago here at Rylands Cricket Club in the heart of the Cape Flats, and a slight drizzle coming down on us here as the rain that has kept the players off the field for most of the day just starts to come back a little bit, and that's played nicely by the left-handed Chahal into the covers, and there is no run. So still 20 for the loss of 7, Wales, and Ballinger and Chahal at the crease. So a few technical challenges we also have here today from our commentary position and from the camera position, where the clubhouse itself is quite some way away from the position. It's going to be from the southern end of the ground. I'm not sure who is coming in to bowl. I'll have a look at that for you now. And my scorecard is not going to work today because it's a piece of paper. Dinesh Sharma, who's coming in to bowl to Julian Ballinger, It's outside the off stump. Play that one very nicely over the top, and it's going to bounce a couple of times on this quite wet outfield, and they go through for 2, and that increases the Welsh score by 10%, going up from 20 for 2 to 22. Sorry for 7. 22 for 26 now, is it? 26 for the loss of 7 wickets. So 26 for 7 in, I think it's the 11th over here. And Sharma in again, and that's outside the off stump, and nothing to report. I'm trying to get my binoculars on here to see who the different players are. And the Welsh team having had a bye on Tuesday after having lost their first game to Pakistan on Monday. And that's played nicely into backward point, and there is once again no run. So India having come off a defeat on Monday to South Africa, and then a win in their second game on Tuesday. And that's Sharma again, nicely played by Ballinger out into the covers. That's some really good fielding, and they're not able to effect the run out though on that occasion, as Ballinger just making his ground. The fielder throwing that one in to the bowler's end, which is exactly the right thing to do. That's Preet in the covers, who's done some really good fielding there. It's going to be the left-handed Chahal to face, and umpire just signalling there just for him to wait. It's going to be the left arm slow bowler from India in to Chahal. He bowls now. That's a nice delivery on the line in middle and off stump from Dinesh, and there is no run. So Captain Iqbal Khan of India having absolutely no hesitation in putting the Welsh in to bat on a surface which has been sweating under the covers, and then has been rather open to the rain. A little bit of drizzle coming down here, but it's not a cold afternoon. And there's a change of bowler. It is the captain, I think, Iqbal Khan. Icky on his back, and Icky just setting his field and making sure he's got that packed cover field to the right-handed Ballinger. So for Ballinger, he has a slip, a backward point, man, a cover point, short extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket square leg, and a man sort of backward square next to the umpire, and the man at deep square leg on the boundary. And so I would guess he's probably bowling right arm off breaks. Let's see, no left armer, no, right arm off break it is. And that's beautifully bowled outside the off stump, turning away from Ballinger, is it? So maybe he's got a little bit, maybe he's not the off break bowler, maybe he's bowling leggies. Let's have a look at his action for you. And no thought really of an appeal, but that one went through to the slip, and that is, yes, and this time he does play that one outside the off stump, and it is the leg break that's doing the trick there away from the right hander. He just gets a regulation edge on that, playing outside the off stump, and Wales have lost their 8th wicket with the score on still on 26. Name 27 for the loss of 8 now, as Ballinger has to make his way back to the pavilion. And the main thing now for Wales will be to see if they can actually bat out these overs. It might be difficult for them. India absolutely on fire here at Rylands Cricket Club, say in the heart of the Cape Flats, as just a light drizzle that is trickling down here at in Cape Town, the host for this Over-50s World Cup. Normally 45 overs a side, but it has been a very wet day, as Phillips is in to bat for the Welsh team, and didn't play in that first game, and he's the tall man. Hasn't got a cap or a helmet. Just out there, bareheaded, and it's going to be Iqbal Khan again to him, and that's lovely, tossed up beautifully by the leg break bowler, and Matt Phillips just comes forward and plays that into the offside. There is no thought of a run. It's Khan again away from us, and that's played to the man at extra cover. There's no thought of a run. It's been a very good over so far, no run conceded, and 4 balls gone in the over. Again outside the off stump, he plays that one into the covers yet again, but once again extra cover round to field that, and there is no addition to the score. Really looking like a very accomplished bowler there is Iqbal Khan, just getting that ball to talk as he rolls his wrist over it, and virtually every single one of those deliveries on the spot from the captain, as Wales struggling here at 27 for the loss of 8 in a match reduced to 20 overs per side. Matt Phillips and Kerry Chahal at the crease for the Welsh, and for the Indian team it's going to be Dinesh Sharma. Dinesh is going to be continuing the attack, and he's going to be bowling his left arm orthodox spinners from over the wicket to Kerry Chahal, the left-handed batter. Oh dear, that's in the air, and will he take it? It should be the 9th wicket down. It is. It just popped on him a bit off this surface, which looks rather green and very difficult to bat on. And so the 9th wicket goes down for Wales. 27 for the loss of 9, and Chahal, I think, going without troubling the scorers necessarily there. And he is walking back to the pavilion, and it will be number 11 for the Welsh coming out to the crease. I think that's going to be Roy Emmett. Looks like Roy Emmett that's coming out to the crease. He did come in at number 11 as well against Pakistan on Monday, and he and Matt Phillips have a job to do here if they are going to put any kind of total on the board. They're just going to have to play out the remaining, 8 overs, Naeem? That's right. So they're on 11.1 overs already, so it's 8.5 overs still to go, and you really don't want to be bowled out within 12 overs in a 20 over match, and Wales are facing that right now as they have limped along in this 20 overs per side game to 27 for the loss of 9. Emmett to take strike number 6 on his back, and he's facing Dinesh, the left arm bowler. He's going to be bowling around the wicket to the right hander, and that ball will be gripping and turning away from the right hander. That is not gripping at all because it's a full toss, and he plays it gently out into the leg side. For the right-handed Emmett, we have a man deepish at forward square, mid-wicket, mid-off. That's actually a 6-3 offside leg side field, so 2 slips, one at first and a man at third. Backward point, man in the covers, a man at extra cover, and a wideish mid-off. It's a very closely set field, as one would expect. Emmett is not one necessarily that's going to hit that ball particularly hard. Umpire having a bit of a look at that one to see if he's going to signal wide. He doesn't. It bounced and turned outside the off stump. Wicket looking almost as green as the outfield here. Not had much time, certainly this morning before the match, not had time to take the covers off and prepare it. A little bit of moisture on the wicket, and that grips and turns yet again. Emmett doing well just to raise his bat out of the way. A lot of encouragement from the captain, Iqbal Khan. We have VS at wicketkeeper Sanju at first slip. Iqbal Khan, Icky, the captain, at thirdish slip, and that's just prodded forward. He's outside the line of the off stump, it looks like to me, and another wicket maiden for India as they put the screws here on Wales. Emmett having now also dispensed with his helmet, and so the two bareheaded Welshmen, Emmett and Phillips, at the crease, and it will be Iqbal Khan once again to continue the attack from the northern end of the ground. And this broadcast brought to you by Pitch Vision. With me here we have the Pitch Vision team, and bringing you this game. They've been here all day, folks, from about 10 o'clock or earlier this morning, probably 9, 8:30, 9 this morning, waiting for this game to start, and only started less than an hour ago, and it seems like we may well get a game in here today, with Wales struggling 27 for 9, and it's going to be the captain, Iqbal Khan. That's the wrong one coming into the right-hander from the leg break bowler. Really looks very impressive, does Iqbal Khan. No doubt he will bother many batters in this competition. That's very nicely played by Phillips, and but there's no run into the covers, just relayed back to the bowler through Sammy, and the sun has come out, trying to find its way out of the clouds, and that's perhaps outside the off stump. Phillips just walking into the shot. Remains 27 for the loss of 9 here. Won't be long, one feels, before we see India batting and trying to knock off those runs as quickly as possible. He's in again, and that's very nicely played by Phillips. He hits that one really hard, but it's probably not going to get to the boundary. The outfield incredibly slow, but he's back for 2, and a nice chase out there onto the into the deep by the fielder who's at mid-off, but that was really nicely played over the head of Sammy at extra cover, and well fielded there in the deep by TJ, the number 16. Phillips just forward once again. A little bit of a breeze from the north, and the weather, it was threatening from the north with that little bit of a breeze, and a little bit of rain coming down. Seems to have cleared for the moment, and we're very hopeful to get a game in here today and to get a result in this match. He's just coming forward, but the umpire unmoved. Looked to me as well as if he was very far forward and outside the off stump, and that goes 2 in that over to Matt Phillips. 29 for the loss of 9 are Wales in this match, which has been reduced to 20 overs per side. This is the Over-50s Cricket World Cup 2023, taking place in Cape Town, and is brought to you by Evergreen Lifestyle and the City of Cape Town as the headline sponsors of this event. And you are watching this on with the courtesy of Pitch Vision. The cameras provided and production provided by Pitch Vision. All 6 matches today. I'm not sure if all of them have taken place. We think so, as the weather has cleared. This one probably the last to actually get going, as it's going to be Dinesh once again. It's nicely played by Emmett, but he can't get it through the cover. Some good fielding by Sammy, it looks like, here in front of us, and so there is no run. Change of bowling, is it? It's not Dinesh. Okay, so oh yeah, he's got a rounder arm action. We'll have a look at the bowler. Yeah, sorry, it is Fakir indeed. Sorry, Naeem. My Naeem, trusty scorer, sitting here to the right of me, just helping me out with the change of bowler and the teams. First time in this tournament I've seen India playing. It's the 3rd day of competition in 6 round robin days of competition, 6 matches per day and 6 round robin days of competition, which will then take us to the playoffs next weekend. So it's quite a condensed tournament. Most of these players that are here are employed, or they have their jobs to go back to when they're finished here, but they're enjoying being here in Cape Town. Very good delivery there from the left arm around the wicket bowler Fakir, and Emmett really has no answer, as you would expect, probably from a number 11. He's trying his best just to bat out the overs here. Oh, it's tossed up beautifully and played straight back to the bowler, and that is the end of another over, and nothing to bother the scorers in that over either. Fakir bowling a maiden over to Emmett and Phillips wanting to bat out these overs. 13 overs gone now, is that right? 14, okay, the overs are going by very quickly. So 14 overs gone, and it will be Iqbal Khan once again from the northern end of the ground. Call it the Vangate Mall end, shall we? Vangate Mall behind us. He's bowling towards Phillips, who's at the Strandfontein end of the ground, and southern end, looking down towards the mountains, the hills that surround Muizenberg and Fischhoek in the distance. And that's beautifully played by Phillips. It's over the head of the man at a mid-off, who comes around. They're going to take two. It pitched there almost like a pitching wedge as it landed, and they go through for two, and that takes Wales into the 30s now, as producer Leobona brings us all a drink, which has been sponsored by Sisonke Tourism Services, one of the sponsors as well of the event. Umpire is unmoved, that one, and then signals wide, and much to the dismay of the bowler Iqbal Khan. That's played in the air, but it's safe. It goes over the head of Sammy at that extra cover region, and there is no addition to the score. So power is now trying to be restored here to the laptops, and to get this broadcast through to you. A few challenges in that regard here at Rylands today. If it isn't load shedding, it's the distance from the pavilion. Emmett facing up to Iqbal Khan for the first time, just forward defensively. So, score now 33 for the loss of 9. Emmett just playing it along the pitch, and there is no thought of a run. So it really is a wonderful tournament taking place here in Cape Town, and sort of an appeal as he pads up outside the off stump, but he was well outside the off stump. That ball not going to be cutting back in to the right-hander. 15 overs gone now, so 5 overs left. Wales 33 for the loss of 9, and it will be Matt Phillips, the tall right-hander for Wales, who will be taking strike. And looks like Fakir will be continuing a slightly round arm action for the left arm over bowler, as it is Phillips who's taking strike. And this wicket does look like it's quite sporting, I must say. So something in it for Wales perhaps, although one feels that this target should offer absolutely no difficulty at all, whatever it ends up being for the Indian batters. Already shown their mettle in the matches so far. Oh, he has a good go at that one, does Phillips, but plays down the wrong line, and just moving away from him from the slow left arm bowler Fakir, and tries to hit that one over the sight screen on the far side. That must be a wide, and it is signalled wide. It's off the pitch on the to the right of the batter, and just taken behind by the wicket-keeper, and that's a short and played very nicely over the man at mid-wicket. They trot through for a single. Phillips trying to bring some respectability to the score here for Wales. 34 now for the loss of 9. It brings his partner number 11, Roy Emmett, to face. Short again outside the off stump. Emmett not able to play that one into the covers. Taken behind very nicely by the wicket keeper. I've been impressed by the standard of the wicket keeping that I've seen so far in the 3 days here. As Fakir's in again, that's wideish outside the off stump. The umpire has a look at it, but he's going to say no, it's okay, not a wide. Sanju at first slip, Iqbal Khan second slip. There's a backward point. Cover, a shortish extra cover, a man at mid-off, so it's a 6-3 offside leg side field, which is understandable. Every single delivery this over has been virtually on the money on the offside, except for the one that Matt Phillips pulled over mid-wicket, which, to be honest, he just made the most of a short ball that he got from Fakir. And they've added 2 in this over, the 1 wide and the single. That's another one outside the off stump, and is signalled wide yet again by the umpire. That takes the total to 36 now for the loss of 9. Wales in the 16th over. Nicely tickled there by Emmett into the leg side. It's fielded by number 16, and that is the end of the over. So Iqbal Khan possibly finished his overs now, has he? That's 3 overs, so he still has 1 over to go. Iqbal Khan, there are 4 overs left in the innings. Wales are on 36 for the loss of 9. 3 overs left in the innings. 23 overs, oh, not 20 overs, okay, 23 overs per team. So it's going to be interesting to see then if they will actually get all these 23 overs in before Wales are going to be bowled out. Still 9 down, Matt Phillips, and it's going to be a change of bowler. We have TJ, number 16, and let's just have a look at who that is. TJ, let's see what there's some abbreviations on here. Looks like he's a right arm bowler. Yeah, he's a right arm off spinner, and Matt Phillips trying to play that one away into the offside. Makes no contact. Must be Tushar Javeri, I would think. Yeah, Tushar Javeri, and TJ is in again. Tushar Javeri bowling his right arm off breaks to the tall Phillips. It's gone down the leg side, and they'll definitely take a single there. That's all they will get, just trotting through. I think that might have come off the legs. Yes, it did indeed. Umpire signalling that is a leg by, and they go through for yet another single. 37 for the loss of 9 in the 18th over. Emmett just tickling that one again down the leg side, but there's no thought of a run this time. Not quite fine enough, going to the man at a shortish fine leg, or more sort of a shortish long leg or backward square. Emmett forward again, no thought of an appeal or a run. There's 4 men on the leg side. It's a backward square, man on the deep mid-wicket boundary, shortish mid-wicket, and a man at long on. Emmett trying to force it away on the offside, doesn't make contact, and that is the end of the over. So end of the over for Wales, and that is 17 overs gone, 37 for the loss of 9. So we have 6 overs left in this innings, 23 overs per team. And just a quick score check from the test match in Johannesburg. West Indies 217 for 9. Still 12 overs left in the day there, trailing South Africa by 103. Jason Holder with 63 not out. So West Indies recovering quite well from 104.5, 103.5 I think it was. Jason Holder, who has kept that innings together, but still a deficit of 100 runs. That's what they're staring in the face of the West Indies. Very similar to the first test, as it's going to be. It's a very good shot from Phillips, and he's taken full toll of that one, and that is a maximum. Just strode forward the length ball and played it beautifully over the boundary, over long on, and that has gone all the way and retrieved by a substitute fielder there for India before it goes into the sprays that are there. Gill, who was at mid-off, had absolutely no chance with that, just took a lovely stride down the wicket and played for that for the first 6, I'm sure, of this innings from the Welsh. 43 now for the loss of 9. Matt Phillips, I'm sure the highest score. Is he in double figures yet, Naeem?
12.
He's got 12 and lets that one go outside the off stump from the slow left arm Fakir. In the 18th over, 43 for the loss of 9. Very good shot there from Matt Phillips. He hasn't been scared to play it over the top, down the leg side, and will be signalled wide by the umpire. At the southern end of the ground, we're commentating here from the northern end of the ground, and thankful to say that we have got play here, and the weather has cleared. It looked really threatening about half an hour ago. That's nicely played into the covers, but there is no run. And remains 43 for the loss of 9. Just outside the off stump, and nothing more to report on that one. I just bunted into the pitch, and once again, no further ado for anybody on this particular. There's a slight breeze coming in from the northern end of the ground. That's very nicely played backward a square by Phillips. He's not going to worry about taking 2, even though the wicket keeper is probably slow to. Well, he could have been a lot quicker getting there, and he certainly doesn't want to give Roy Emmett the strike. Matt Phillips has looked by far, from what I think any of us have seen here today, has looked the most accomplished of the Welsh batters. Maybe just got the feel of the pitch, and the slow bowlers from India not able at this stage to extract him from the crease. It's now 44 for the loss of, no, it's 45, it's with that wide, sorry, 45 for the loss of 9. And Wales with 4 overs to go, is it now? Is that 19 gone? Is it? 18 gone. Getting ahead of myself. So 18 gone, and it's TJ again. Jaweri, who is Tushar Jaweri, in here from the northern end of the ground. Yeah, no run there as the wicketkeeper VS is quickly across to get to that. And Phillips is looking to, I think, play here in boundaries or in 2s, not wanting to expose his partner Emmett to the strike. India getting through their overs quickly here, wanting to make sure that light or weather is not an issue. At the moment it looks like they are going to get this game in, which is very good for the tournament. A couple of spit and a spot of rain coming down again. I'm sure the Welsh are used to playing in this, perhaps not so much the Indian players, as we have the man with the extension cord coming across the sight screen in front of us. But this is giving us some power here, so we can continue this broadcast for you as we hope to get this game in to a conclusion. So we're having a few challenges here with the people walking across in front of the sight screen. Um, it's trying to get the technology going here to make sure that we can keep bringing you this particular broadcast. It's better brightness wise. TJ in for what I think is the last ball of the over, and it is indeed the last ball of the over, and that will be 19 gone. As we try to get a view of whether the electricity is on here and working.
No.
We don't seem to have a connection at this stage, but hopefully you're still hearing us and watching these pictures coming to you live from Cape Town, where we are broadcasting the Over-50s World Cup 2023 version. It's coming to you from Cape Town. We're at the Rylands Cricket Club in the heart of the Cape Flats, and we have India, who have been particularly successful so far in this match. And at the moment, Wales 9 wickets down for the loss of 9 wickets down. Score is 45. Roy Emmett is on strike, and we have got a change of bowler. That looks like it's going to be a no ball. It is indeed. So we're going to have a free hit. The first delivery from change bowler Sanju, who has come on bowling his right arm over the wicket, and that is a no ball. Free hit now for Roy Emmett, as he will be facing up to Sanju. The umpire signalling that free hit, and must be Sanjeev Sharma, is it? I'm not sure. Oh, that's very well played, but unfortunately hit. Who did that hit? He might have hit the umpire as he tried to get out of the way, and Emmett hitting the free hit really hard, and he's just getting some treatment, or he's getting a helmet actually, which is I think wise, having considered that one was bowled, the one that the no ball was bowled above waist height. He doesn't want to get an injury here, and he getting his helmet back on. Sanjeev Sharma, who's bowling from the southern end of the ground. Matt Phillips, who is playing a very good hand here for his team, and with him just keeping his end going here is Roy Emmett. Very important that this partnership has been, and that is a great catch, a very good catch. Emmett getting a full ball on the leg stump, and it looks like Sammy. It is indeed Sammy, number 21, who's taken an outstanding catch diving to his right, two-handed, and that brings to an end the innings of Wales. 46, they are all out. That is a run rate required then of just over 2 for the Indian team to win this match in the 23 overs that they have at their disposal. And good that we've had this game, able to bring this to you as the sun starts to come out here at the Rylands Cricket Club. We will be back again after the break just to see how India fare in this chase of that 46. They'll need 47 to win, 23 overs in which to get them, and we'll be joining you again shortly. Welcome back to the Rylands Cricket Club, and we have India who just come out to bat, and in the middle we have, I think it's the captain, Iqbal Khan, no it's not, sorry, it's Gill, so it's Gill, not Shubman Gill, who's playing in the test match at the moment in Ahmedabad, but it is R. Gill and Sami who will be opening the batting for India in chasing that 47 to win in 23 overs. Rajesh Gill it is, and Samat Hegde, it's Sami, I think, is that, or is it Vinayak Samat? Which one of the Samis is it? So it's Samat Hegde. Okay, so and it's going to be Roy Emmett to open the bowling for Wales, and Matt Phillips, who was the one who got the runs for Wales in that total of 46. He is behind the wickets. We have Mike Cann at slip. It's just going a little bit wider at slip. Then we have Ewan Rees at backward point. So we have Malit Madhurasinghe at point. We have a man short in at extra cover. That is the captain, I think, John Jones. Behind him, Julian Ballinger, and we have. Is Phillips? Is it behind the stumps? No, sorry, Powell behind the stumps. I do apologise. Phillips is actually out at backward square leg, and then in that we have a mid wicket and we have a mid on. So it's Emmett bowling left arm around the wicket, and that one spinning away from the right-handed Gill, who has a swing at it, not quite getting on. In fact, it's Jones that's going to be going out to the boundary now, just making a change to the field, having seen that shot, and he's bringing somebody in from somewhere else, is he? He's allowed to have two players out, and I think it must be Paul Rees that's in that shortish extra cover position. We'll see now, as it's Gill once again having a go at Roy Emmett, and this wicket is indeed Paul Rees, who's at short extra cover, and Gill having a go at that one outside the off stump. This is not a surface on which it's going to be easy to play your shots, and this one has a bit more watchful this time. Mike Cann comes around. In the covers we have, that is Kerry Chahal, I think maybe, it could be Mullit Madhurasinghe who's opening, and that is in the air, and it is, but it's past John Jones and has gone to the boundary for 4, just the one bounce as it went over to the tent where the Indian team are sitting, and that's a very nice shot from Gill, and that reduces the target already to 43 runs to win for India. 47 it is for them to get in 23 overs. You are listening to commentary being brought to you by Pitch Vision, and the pictures as well brought to you by Pitch Vision here in South Africa, as Roy Emmett is in again. Nicely dabbed into the offside, but Ewan Rees will do the fielding from backward point. There is no run, and you are listening to this commentary, and this is all courtesy of the sponsors Evergreen Lifestyle and the city of Cape Town. Nice fielding off his own bowling by Roy Emmett, diving off to his right hand side, and with such a low total to defend, it's going to take everything they've got from Wales to actually stop this Indian team from getting over the line. It's the end of the over, and Roy Emmett wanting to bowl some more, I think there. He went back to his mark, and umpire saying no, it's the end of the over, and so end of the first over, 4 without loss, and it's going to be Matt Phillips who is going to be bowling from the northern end of the ground. Vangate Mall behind us, so we're at the Vangate Mall end. Vangate Mall, one of the regional shopping centres here, and Matt Phillips is I think he's got the bowler, yeah. So Phillips is going to be bowling his right armers. sure what he bowls. Didn't actually play in the first game on Monday for Wales, so it'll be interesting to see. It looks like he's a medium pacer. We actually had Mullit Madhurasinghe, who's fielding here at mid-on in front of us, who opened the bowling. He has a very interesting whippy action, does Madhurasinghe. He's going around now to field in the sort of extra cover position. Somewhere between cover and extra cover. We have a shortish extra cover. That's Paul Rees of John Jones, the captain at mid-on. Kerry Chahal, Julian Ballinger, who is at square leg, but it's going to be a bit of a chase there for number 88 out to get that ball from the boundary. That's Mark Davies down there, and that is another 4 this time to Samat Hegde, Sammy they call him. So Samat Hegde gets a boundary off his first delivery, a little bit short there from Matt Phillips, and takes full toll of that. 8 without loss are India in the second over. Another one short and outside the leg stump, and another one played to exactly the same spot, and there is a sprightly young man who is helping to do the fielding there for the Welsh team around the boundary, and he is having a bit of a joke there, is Mark Davies with the youngster on the other side of the boundary, the man on the other side. I said, would you just go around a bit there, please? You know, field that one the next time for me. As Mark Davies goes to that position deep on the leg side. So 12 without loss. First 2 deliveries having gone for boundaries, and already this is looking very ominous for the Welsh, as slow right armour is played into the covers. It's a chase for Mullit Madhurasinghe, but he's there and managed to toss that one in, but not before they've taken 2. 10 so far off this over. 14 without loss are India in the second over, chasing 47 to win this, their 3rd match of the tournament, and so far having had 1 win and 1 defeat. It is once again Phillips in this time, just angling into the pad, and there is nothing to report. Wales here losing the toss and being inserted into bat on a very green wicket, struggling to get any kind of score on the board. We're in the 20s for the loss of 9 before a very good partnership from Phillips and the last man Emmett got them over the line. So has been to 46 it was. Not quite over the line, but at least to some kind of respectability potentially. As it's a little bit down the leg side, umpire not quite sure what he's going to be signaling. I think dead ball potentially. It didn't look like a shot was played, but you never know. Signalling buys, in fact. So she's happy that it wasn't off the pad, and so a bye to the score. Sammy they take a single off that by 1 bye to the score, and that takes the score to 15 without loss after 2 overs. They are already a 1/3 of the way virtually to that target, and it'll be Sammy on strike to the, it's still going to be Roy Emmett, I think it is, to the right left arm around the wicket of Roy Emmett. Just sense it's a matter of time and how quickly it's going to take the this Indian team to get these runs, and no thought now of whether closing in. It looked a bit threatening earlier, just after play had started. It had been raining for a lot of the morning, so it's a miracle almost that they did get a game in here today, as Davies is trotting in from the boundary on the long off boundary, and they take a single. 16 without loss. Emmett to Gill. Gill plays it. Oh my goodness, that just bounces in front of the bowler, and he dives forward to try and take the catch and ends up spread eagled on the ground. and not able to take that return catch, just bouncing in front of him. Roy Emmett looking disappointed that he didn't get another wicket to his name. The bearded Welshman, then again, and that's neatly tucked out, and Sammy wants a run, but he's not going to get one there. Madhurasinga's in very quickly from a backward point, and he fields that, and Wales staring here almost certain defeat in the face, but they are a jolly bunch of guys, I must say. It was very nice to commentate for them on Monday, as that's played nicely into the covers. Kerry Chahal does the fielding, and very good to get to know a couple of the players a bit better, as with the Pakistan team as well. And then on Tuesday had the opportunity to be there for the match between Australia and the USA, as Mike Cann comes down to field that one. It's off the pad down the leg side, signalled by the umpire, so a leg bye to the score, and takes them to 17 without loss, chasing 47. So they need 30 to win this match. They're in the third over, still all 10 wickets in hand, and that's neatly played into the offside. Once again, great fielding by Madhurasinga, and very good work there from behind the stumps by the bowler Roy Emmett, as that one bounces up over the stumps, but not before they are through for a single, and that's 18 now without loss after 3 overs, batting at 6 and over at the moment. So current run rate, it is going to take them approximately 8 overs to get this target. One feels both Sammy and Gill are both keen to get these runs as quickly as possible, as the breeze from the north picks up a little bit. It's turning from the north to a little bit of a northeasterly breeze here at the Rylands Cricket Club. Roy Emmett just doing some stretches there at square leg. It's going to be Phillips again, bowling his right arm over the wicket, and Powell behind the stumps takes that one. We have for Phillips, we have a slip, we have a man at backward point, have a short extra cover, a man at cover, no mid-off, and we have a 5-4 leg side offside field. Phillips in again, and that's defended by Sammy. Goodish delivery outside the off stump, just a little bit of a drift in, perhaps a little bit of turn on offer for him. Pitch does look like it's gripping. Oh, that's played. Oh, he nearly got it. He did in fact get his hand to it. Matt Phillips there, and it's the captain John Jones who's after it, and he manages to get there, but not, I think, before they've taken 2, and so that takes them up to 20 without loss. Sammy just perhaps fortunate to survive there, as Matt Phillips, who is a tall man, put his arms up in the air, just touched those fingertips, and they're going to be a bit sore tonight, maybe a little bit blue. Phillips again, that is played back to the bowler. Batter, you might have heard him exclaiming, probably didn't, but exclaiming, getting upset with himself. He didn't quite get hold of that, but some good bowling outside the off stump, not allowing Sammy to free his arms that much. It's been a good over from Phillips so far, and no doubt, having said that, it'll be it for 6 off the next ball. But it has been a good over from him so far. Just the 2 off that potential caught and bowled chance, and just the 1 ball left in the over. He's in again, and well bowled yet again, just defended down the wicket by Sammy, and he's a bit upset with himself that he didn't perhaps make more of that over. It's foregone, and not a conclusion, although you would think that this is a foregone conclusion for the team from India in terms of getting these runs. 47 needed to win. They're currently sitting on 20 without loss, 27 required to win, and they still have got 19 overs to score those at 27, so they are in the pound seats, as it were. the Indian team, and it's going to be Emmett again. Emmett is played there. I think it was supposed to be into the offside, but it's gone into the leg side, and it's Julian Ballinger coming in from mid-wicket, who fields, but not before they're through for 2. So another 2 to Gill, and that's 22 without loss. And it's just defended into the offside. Ewan Rees there, it's at a sort of gully position. We have a wideish second slip, and it's Emmett again, and that's played up in the air. That's a huge shot, and the captain just can't get there. John Jones coming around from that deep long on position, and he makes a valiant attempt to get there. What was signalled? Was it 6 or 4? 4 signalled, and the captain just not getting his hands to that. It really was a very, very good attempt there by the Welsh captain on the boundary, looking upset with himself. He didn't quite take that, so another 4 to Rajesh Gill, and it's now 26 without loss. Leaves that one alone outside the off stump. The news from the Wanderers is, with 7 overs left in the day, West Indies are 245 for 9s. Jason Holder and Gudakesh Moti putting on over 50 for the last wicket for the West Indies, and Holder there on 79 as another run is taken here. 27 without loss, 20 to win for India, and we are into the 5th over, I think it is. So batting at between 5 and 6 and over. It's wideish outside the off stump as a swing at it does Sammy, a swing and a miss, and there is no run. A lot of cricket happening here in Cape Town. 6 matches today in this, the Over-50s World Cup 2023. So all the matches taking place at cricket clubs throughout Cape Town and schools throughout Cape Town here over the next week and a half, culminating in the final at the beautiful Newlands Cricket Ground on Monday the 20th of March. And we have so far seen the hosts, and not sure how they've gone today, but 2 very good victories so far against both India and Pakistan, 2 strong teams within their group, and England have also looked impressive in that group. South Africa still to play, and they're playing today, I think, against the UAE, if I'm not mistaken. We are, well, certainly playing against one of the teams they would be expecting to beat today as well, having played 2 strong teams, as Mark Davies is going to be bowling here, his left arm around the wicket. Spinners from the northern end of the ground, and he's going to be bowling now from there, as it is Paul Rees who's coming to deep deep long on the boundary, and number 7 on his back, and that's played out into the mid-off region, and long off coming around. That's Madhurasinghe, who's very quick across the field, probably the pick of the fielders in this Welsh team, and so they've got 1 run there to Gill, and that's played into the leg side nicely by Sammy, and it's gone all the way for 4, and a boundary off the second ball of Mark Davies, over 32 without loss, as these runs are being attained quickly here by this Indian team on what has turned out to be now a lovely sunny, if not cool, afternoon on the Cape Flats here at Rylands Cricket Club. And nicely played into the leg side, and they'll come through for an easy single against Ewan Rees. It is indeed Ewan Rees over there at back with square leg, so yet another run to score. 33 without loss into only the 6th over of the innings. Davies bowling his left arm around the wicket deliveries, conventional left arm spin away from the right hander. Only 14 needed to win here in the 6th over. That's played once again down here in front of us this time, and poor Rees comes around and just tosses it back to the bowler, not before they've taken an easy single, and takes them up to 34 without loss. Going to be Davies around the wicket. It's tossed up, and it's tossed up, made into a full toss. Once again, they're just going to take the single as Rees comes in from his long on position, picks up. It's the end of the over. 35 for no loss after 6 overs, and India going along very nicely, thank you, at a run rate of about 5.84 and over it is at the moment. And so yeah, doing the job here for India are Rajesh Gill and his partner Samat Hegde, or Sammy as he has on his back, and India making light work of this total, which will no doubt help them later in the tournament if it does come down to a run rate issue in terms of qualification. One feels that in this group, the 3 or 4 teams that will be vying for the top 2 spots in the group and playing in the semi-finals is between South Africa, England, India and Pakistan, as I think it's change of bowling. It's Julian Ballinger from the southern end. Ballinger bowling his right arm off breaks, and that is Sammy just defending it back down the pitch. Sammy with his helmet on, and you have at the other end is Gill, Rajesh Gill, who's got the cap on, the Indian cap, resplendent on his head, nicely tickled away past Phillips, and they'll just take the single down to the captain Jones, who's on the boundary there. The warm-up match that, or should I say, practice match that Wales played on Tuesday, they managed to defeat Canada in that warm-up match. So warm-up match in that practice match. So they would have been happy with that at the Western Province Cricket Club. It's in the air, but Mike Cann just cannot get there, and they had taken the gully fielder out. Ewan Rees, who was in the gully for most of the previous overs bowled by Roy Emmett, was taken out, and Mike Cann just not able to get around to take that catch, and unlucky for Ballinger and for Wales. Ballinger looking reasonably dangerous here, getting some purchase off the wicket. He's going to be 2 balls left in this over from Julian Ballinger. Once again, it's pitching and a little bit of bounce on this wicket. Does look like quite a sporting green surface. Indian bowlers taking full toll of their decision to bowl first. That's very nicely played and nicely bowled from Ballinger. That was a good over for Wales. No wicket, but it was very close to one. 36 without loss. 11 needed for the win for India, and a chance for them to put more points on the board. Hence an important decision to play this particular game. We're very happy to be able to bring this to you here from Rylands Cricket Club in Cape Town. The mountain, Table Mountain range stretching to our right hand side, and to the left we have the Cape Flats, which is bordered on the far side by the Helderberg Mountains. In front of us to the south, as we look towards the south, we have False Bay, and behind us to the north it is the Tygerberg Hills, and then up into the hinterland of the Western Cape as they take another single that delivery from Mark Davies, first of his second over, 37 without loss, 10 to win. Are we going to see a big shot here from Gill? No, it's more delicate, just into the offside, and that's some good fielding done there by, I think that's Ballinger in the covers, but I don't think that was a wicket. No, the umpire's unmoved, just going to be coming in to check that the stumps have been replaced properly, and he's very happy that the fielders behind the wickets have been able to do that. And Davies is going to be coming in again from the northern end of the ground. Oh, it's also neatly played, and there's a single on offer almost everywhere as Cardiff United striker Matt Phillips does the fielding there with his feet. And it is, sorry, Cardiff City. Maybe it isn't Cardiff City because they're playing the championship. So sorry to those of you listening from Wales, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So using his feet there, Matt Phillips, and stopping any thought of a second run, but that does take India to 39 without loss, and it's just dabbed down again, but they're not going to get a run this time to Phillips, who's around quickly, picks up nicely, and they do not take the run. It is absolutely wonderful to have these over-50s players here in Cape Town, these 14 teams, 14 countries represented in this tournament, as that's a glorious shot down the ground, but Madarasinghe really round exceptionally well from his position at long off, and only one bounce, and he picks it up and hurls it in to Davies. Nearly got to that one. He rushed in and really did make a valiant attempt to get there. It's a sweep shot, and he's taken the wicket. He has got a wicket here, has Mark Davies. On the sweep was Sammy Samat Hegde is gone. He's on the sweep. I think it hit the maybe hit the glove, bounced up, and a good take behind the wickets there by Powell. And so India lose their first wicket at 40. So they're now 40 for the loss of 1, chasing 47 to win are India, and that means that the victory is unlikely to, well, it's not going to happen now by 10 wickets, certainly. So we are just checking the score here as to whether, in fact, scoreboard is in place, and whether we have the correct score, just to make sure that we know what is happening. And that was the end of the over, and it is the end of the over, just to give you an indication that the West Indies have been bowled out for 251 and trail by 69 in the second test at the Wanderers. It's going to be Julian Ballinger towards us now. He's bowling to Rajesh Gill, just tickles it into the leg side. Madarasinghe will come round from backward square, past the umpire, picks it up, and just tosses it in. Phillips does manage to sort of stop that one, and it goes to Paul Rees, who tosses it back to Julian Ballinger, and it's going to be the new man, who is Vinayak Samant. So Vinayak Samant, VS, the wicketkeeper, who is going to be facing his first delivery from Julian Ballinger, and that's played down the ground very nicely to the man at long on. And they'll take yet another single, and it's Rajesh Gill, very much Ravi Shastri looking is Rajesh Gill, with the moustache and tall, thin man, as it's Julian Ballinger to him, and he's just tickling that into the leg side, and a very easy single taken as Madarasinghe comes round. They're just getting even singles now. It looks like 4 to win. We're just going to get that confirmation of the score there. So it is correct. Our score is correct. 43 for 1. They need 4 to win. And VS is on strike. Vivek Samant on strike. Very good work done there by wicketkeeper Powell. Goes past the outside edge of Samant's bat. And Steve Powell, some sharpish work behind the stumps, whipping off the bails, but he is safely in his ground. Samant hadn't lifted that back foot. So it is no worry for him. Oh, that's played in the air, and some great running, some great work there from Madhurasinga. Hits the stumps directly with that throw in, and the umpire shakes her head there. She says, no, that's not out. Gill has made his ground, but he must have had his heart in his mouth for a minute there with that ball being a direct hit. Some really good fielding once again by this Welsh, the top fielder in the Welsh team, undoubtedly. Really did field well against Pakistan on Monday. 3 runs now needed for the victory. That's in the air, but just to the left of Matt Phillips, and he's not able to get to that. And the captain, John Jones, comes around, but not before they've taken 2. So it was only going to be 1 run to win, is it, or is that the win? I think that is actually the win. And so 47 it is that they've scored. 47 for the loss of 1 wicket. Yeah, and and they, yeah, that's interesting that they obviously have called, the official scorers must have scored that at 47 for the loss of 1. And India have won this game here by 9 wickets at the Rylands Cricket Club in a match that was reduced to 23 overs per side after rain had washed out most of the morning. Game only got underway at sometime around 3:15 this afternoon, and we are very fortunate and happy that we could bring you this game here this afternoon. India coming away with the victory over Wales, as one would have expected in this particular group, and that gives them, as far as I'm aware, their 2nd victory of the tournament so far. They have got some difficult games ahead still. England probably the most difficult game that they have still ahead of them, as they look now to progress from this group stage perhaps into the semi-final. So we're going to be saying goodbye to you here from the Rylands Cricket Club in the heart of the Cape Flats here in Cape Town, South Africa. This has been a good day for India. 9-wicket win over Wales, knocking off the runs in next to no time. And it's a goodbye from me, James King, and from the production team here, Leobona, Naeem, and 2 names I can't remember, Ethan, and it's really been good to have you with us. So thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to bringing you more coverage of the Over-50s Cricket World Cup here from Cape Town, and brought to you by Evergreen Lifestyle and the City of Cape Town. There'll be 6 more matches tomorrow. Please join us on YouTube. You can go to the Masters website. You can go to the Veterans Cricket Association of South Africa. All the links are on there for you to have a look. And or if you just want to Google the Over-50s World Cup South Africa, you'll see those links, and you'll get onto that website and on YouTube on Pitch Vision. We look forward to joining you, for you to join us again tomorrow. Thank you and good night.